Hey, booze, hey. Do your blankets feel like super glue in the morning? Well, sis, it's time to shake them off. Welcome to Wake Up Happy Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy, sis. Hey, booze, hey, it's your girl, LeAnne and here with my co-host, Sheronda on the Wake Up Happy Sis show. You're tuning in to KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our Black and Brown people because we are telling our stories our way. Today's show is Revitalizing Your Mindset, harnessing the power of positive thinking. We're going to be bringing that energy, that heat. I'm going to be bringing these insights and strategies. Sheronda always got a million stories that she's going to share with you. And I'm going to share some of my stories with you, right? Because we're here to help you get practical tools to reshape your mindset, unlock your potential, and to walk unapologetically into the vibrant life that you deserve. So, start your transformation now with Wake Up Happy Sis. Hey, Sheronda. Hold up, you're on mute. You got to unmute yourself.
Hey, LeAnne.
There we go. Hey, friend. How are you today?
I'm fine. And you, ma'am, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about mindset and the power of positive thinking. Okay. So I want to start by talking about negative mindsets. Because I want to kind of talk about the origins of those negative mindsets. Because understanding the roots of negative mindsets when it comes to societal pressures, self-doubt, and past experiences, that's very crucial to your overall having a wealth and abundance-based mindset, right? Now, recognizing the sources of all these negative things that you end up thinking about yourself, where it's coming from, it helps you to develop strategies that you can combat them. You have to know the enemy first. And when you recognize that I have toxic coworkers who are trying to sabotage what I'm doing, or in my relationship, I notice that my mate has now become very critical of everything I do, right? Society itself view on Black women that we sometimes just ain't shit, we ain't good enough, whatever. All of those things, recognizing where the foundations of your negative mindset came from can help us get past it. Because the American Psychological Association said that societal pressures can impact your mental health adversely. Their view of us, we just talked about this on the Monday show, their view of us, how people perceive us, has such an impact sometimes on how we see ourselves. They're negative. You start to question yourself when somebody's always negative against you. You're going to start questioning yourself. When I used to work at that major telecom company, and they told me I was a low performer, and I got that 2 out of 5 on my mid-year review that was 3 months late. But it did make me question, have I been doing all that I can? Have I been giving 100%? I had to go and ask somebody else, tell me if this is me, because I had just trained her. She came in as...
But you don't need people to help you feel bad about yourself. That's noise. So it works the same with positive reinforcement and things that you hear and stuff like that. And I get what you're saying about if you keep on hearing negative, you start to question yourself and stuff like that. Well, my husband once said that sometimes you're going to be the only one standing around doing what's right. And so if what's right to help you feel better is, being the loudest voice in your head to speak positivity into yourself and your spirit, your self-awareness. And just because they say it don't make it so. Because think about it. Let's talk to the LeAnne that got the 2 out of 5 on the evaluation that was 3 months late. And you talk about low performing. Isn't that a characteristic of low performing when you can't seem to get paperwork done in a timely manner? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, consider the source, right?
Right, but when you're in it and you're in the middle of it, you don't always.
That's why I said
always
that LeAnne, not
take
this
that step
LeAnne.
back. Yeah, you can't always take that step back, but that's what we're talking about, right? Is being able to take that step back and evaluate and bring positivity to your situation, because you need to, but also bring honesty. Yeah. Are there places I could have improved? Of course. But when I sat down and I wrote out all the things that I had done, I had an 8-page response.
But see, they keep on moving the goal though.
Always, but that doesn't matter, because they can move it as many times, because I'm built for this and I know what I bring. So when you have that awareness, as our Monday show, when you have that awareness of self, the negative things, even though we know a lot of these negative mindsets are coming from cultural stereotypes, right? Agendas that other people are placing on us, and it's causing us to have imposter syndrome and question ourselves. But we have to acknowledge that it's happening first so that we can get past it. You have to acknowledge the devil and the enemy so that you can move past it, resolve it, and triumph over it. But sometimes we live in this, we don't want to call it what it is. You know what I mean? Yes. We have to be realistic about where these negative mindsets are coming from. And sometimes that means you have to do a little digging in yourself. You have to do a little inner work to see, was it trauma from your childhood that's got you thinking these ways, that has allowed adults to pour that negativity into you and you soak it all up like a sponge? Right? Where did that come from? And where are those negative mindsets now coming from? Directly, you, and you. Those two I can take out of my life. I work for you. So until I can get a better job, I'm kind of stuck here.
Yep. But there's, the scenery, you can definitely change it. You can do something about that. Like, oh, that's going to be your first and last time saying that about, putting that on my evaluation and stuff. And so it's when you start to take apart the environment that you're in, and it's the negativity, it's the, no matter what you do, it's not good enough. It's instead of trying to, fit your round self in their square hole, so to speak, or vice versa. It's like, so my younger self would have tried, did try to fit into that mold and, try to be what they needed me to be. But then it became too stressful on me. And so I just, I'm like, okay, I am trying. And every single day is always something. And so I just, decided to shift that mindset and energy and put it forth into looking for a better work situation and stuff if I want to continue to work and stuff, because this is helping me feel worse than I already do. And especially, and you're not supporting me like I need you to. Why do you keep telling me that you don't need me here in the lack of support, right? So you can't be surprised when I serve you these papers. Here go your notice here.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You said you didn't need me, so let me help you not need me faster.
Absolutely. You can miss me when I'm gone, but right now I can't stay here. I cannot stay here.
But we have to be well enough and aware enough of self to know what that toxic environment is, what we can and cannot accept, and how we need to move. And then you move accordingly, right?
Absolutely.
Then you move accordingly. Now, I want to jump back a little bit to identifying these root causes of our negative thinking, right?
Okay.
Now, how do you identify those root causes? That's where, again, those mindfulness exercises are going to come into play. It's the same thing with, like, when we talked about self-awareness, journaling, self-reflection, introspection, looking at what we've done, analyzing how we reacted, how we responded, looking at the triggers and the things that are coming at us. And I'm talking about, baby, write yourself a list of what happened in your day today.
Yeah.
How you interacted with the different people, what they said, what they, and you don't have to have word for word, but paraphrase how it made you feel and how you responded, so that you can go back and look, okay, this was negative and this is how you'll start noticing those patterns.
But can we add some too, like knowing who you are and knowing whose you are to that list? Because I have distinct memories of sitting at my desk and a clinician, I was like a secretary, and a clinician is dumping on me. And I just distinctly remember having a conversation with God right on the spot. Lord, do you see this? He's like, yeah, I see it. I see it.
You better get her out my face, Lord. You better get her out my face.
Hey, just like Lord, just hold on to me. Just because you see that she just, she did that intentionally and was literally antagonizing and poking a bear. I was like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
Went home and started spending some quality time looking for another job, because this is not it. This is not it. This cannot be what the standard is. So like I said, you don't need anybody's help to make you feel bad. And also, I was in this course called Studying the Course of Miracles. In that book, it says, just because they say it does not make it so. Amen. And you can even personalize that thing to you. Just because she said that about me does not make it so. So,
and I think that's a great thing to say, and that's a great way to remind yourself, right? Mm-hmm. The things, other people's agendas are not always true. Other people's agendas, other people's thoughts of you, other people's, it's not who you are. It doesn't have to be your truth, and it doesn't have to be your story. Just so somebody tries to make it your story, you have to allow it to be your story for it to be true.
Absolutely.
That means you have to be the one to say, excuse me, I don't think so, baby. I don't think so. Pump your brakes. Right? So, okay, so I want to talk about a few strategies to help with positive thinking. Okay. Now, do you have any that help you kind of little conscious strategies to cultivate positive thinking? Do you have any?
Yes, positive self-talk. Like, I got this. It's already all right. This too shall pass. It's not as bad as you think it is. And you can't change them. You can be responsible for your response and how you react. And when you can see that you're being baited, when you can see that you're being manipulated, when you can see all of these things, it's like when you skip the emotional part about, crying and reducing yourself to tears, like on the Monday show, you can see clearly, you can think clearly, you can react clearly. And those are several clear signs of maturity, and that you are better than your old self of, allowing people to help you reduce yourself to tears and stuff. But when you're like, oh, I see you, and you see the devil, you see him, you can see him clearly, and just bypass, like, no, not here. You won't do this here. I'm not over here by myself. I'm never, never, never over here by myself.
Now, I think that we have to remember that words have power.
Yes.
And the way that we talk to ourselves and
yes.
about ourselves
yes.
is important. I catch myself saying little things and I have to reframe my thinking, right? And how I think about myself, how I speak about and to myself. Not just, not just the words that come out your mouth, but the ones that are quiet in your head, that are screaming in your head. They ain't quiet in your head. They're screaming in your head.
Yep. Thank you for including those too, because you go there first in your mind, and then your body and your spirit follow.
That's right. Now, for me, one thing that I love, and anybody who knows me know I love a good affirmation, baby. I love a good affirmation because, again, words are power. And according to the Journal of Applied Psychology, repeating positive affirmations daily can create lasting change. It's scientifically proven that when you speak positive words to flowers, they bloom better.
Yes.
So if I have these same positive statements and affirmations that I'm speaking into my own life, I too will bloom better. Right? So affirmations help you do that. They give us that ability to maybe not believe it yet, but keep saying it until you do. The positive words have power. And affirmations can actually help reshape your conscious mind from a negative mindset to a positive and abundance mindset. And that's what we need to be successful. Because what you focus on is what you draw and attract to you. Have you noticed that when you're negative, all the negative things happen? More negative on more negative on more negative.
Yep.
And sometimes it just takes that one little thing to turn your whole day around, and you're like, 5 million bad things happen, but this one thing made everything all better. It may have been you had a great conversation with a friend or a loved one. It may be that you just went outside and you sat in the sun and just did nothing for once. Right? All those things help. And we have to pour into ourselves. Right? That means
like water.
And that means the music you listen to. That means the books that you're reading, the company that you keep. People that are too negative, I find myself distancing from. Because I absorb their energy. And I can't do that. You have to protect your space, your peace, and your happiness first. And sometimes that means the people you love, you got to distance some of yourself from them. That doesn't mean you kick them out of your life. But that means you try and let them know that, hey, the negativity, I can't really be around that. That's not helping me. That's not on the path that I'm trying to be on. So I have to remove myself from this. I love you and I support you and I want the best for you. But I also love, support, and want the best for me first. And this is not healthy for me. And then you also have mindfulness practices. Meditation. I do mindful breathing activities, some exercises, and that helps with not just helping me feel centered and grounded and give me clarity to think through stuff, But I also use it sometimes for pain management, like breathing into a space where the pain is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So mindfulness, meditation, breathing, sometimes it just opens up and gives you clarity where you had cloudiness, and allows you to see where you've been talking, thinking, and acting towards yourself negatively, and get to the root of those. Because once we get to the root of it, baby, we can solve it. When you know what's causing it, not putting a band-aid on a gaping wound, but actually going to the root and seeing what is underneath there and repairing the tissue, repairing all the things, not just putting a band-aid over and saying, oh, you'll be fine. We have to get to the root. When you have the root, you can fix the problem. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy to fix it, but you can fix it. So we got to take a quick pause for the cause. And you are tuning into the Wake Up Happy Sis show on KCCR Cityscape Radio. You are at the top of your career, just killing the game, and everyone comes to you for support, personally and professionally. But you're also caught in a cycle of perpetual stress and self-neglect, constantly juggling responsibilities, always putting others first, and ending each day feeling emotionally drained, unfulfilled, craving balance and harmony in your life. If this feels like you, sis, I see you. Here's the truth. You're more than other people's agendas, more than a productivity machine. You are deserving of fulfillment, peace, and the space to prioritize your well-being. And that's where my Resilience Reset Master Life session comes into play. It's your pathway to a more balanced, joyous, and harmonious, fulfilled life. Take the first steps of your transformation. Join us for the Resilience Reset Master Life session. It's only $99. Learn more at theresilienceresetbundle.com. Remember, you're not on this journey alone. You can and will rise above. I love that commercial. All right.
I figured it out already.
You what? Oh, you figured
it out already.
I love that. I love that commercial because it's just so true. We deserve to be happy, healed, and fulfilled. And that positive thinking is going to put us on the road to that. So now how do we implement this? Okay, wait, I got another question for you before we jump into adding this to our everyday life. What role do you think our social circles play in our mindset?
They play a lot because birds of a feather flock together. And let's take it a step further, and maybe their mindset, maybe they have a group think type of a thing going on. The moment that you feel like that's slightly counterproductive to what you're doing or trying to achieve, you can't hang in that group or hang with those people anymore and stuff. And so, new level, new devil. My favorite podcaster is Steve Harvey, and I love his morning affirmations. And before and after each show, he has really great words of wisdom and stuff. And so, but it's new level, new devil, or you can't take everybody with you. And they like when you rise above whatever the group think is, then they can't see because the mission was given to you and not to them. And so there's going to be some separation of your train of thinking. And if they're still at the same level that you rose above, they won't be able to get there with you. So you gotta leave them where they are.
And that's what Lisa Nichols said. She said, you cannot take them with you. Your journey is not their journey, and you have to let that go, and you have to replace it. It's the reason, season, lifetime thing.
Yes.
People are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we keep trying to take seasonal people and make them lifetime people. They're not meant for that.
Yeah.
We try to force a seasonal person to be a lifetime person, right? Or a reason person to be a lifetime person. Some people you're just meant to learn a lesson from. Some people are meant to help you through a certain situation. And some people are meant to be your backbone and your support long term. You have to know who is who, and you have to know when to let people go.
Yeah.
But it's also about we have to nurture empowering relationships. When you find those lifetime people, treat them right.
Yes.
Do not take advantage. Make sure that your friendship is a two-way street, give and take.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't just do for one. I'm not just here to take from Sheronda. I give, she gives. We support each other. We're here, that's how it has to be. And setting boundaries. Just like you said, that group think is a real thing. The mean girl mentality. You can't sit with us. And once you start to not act like the group, not think like the group, you sometimes will be ostracized. And sometimes that's meant to be. Sometimes the Most High Creator God, whatever you want to call him, is trying to move you to your next level. And you can't take them with you. They are holding you back from achieving your greatest. You're allowing them to hold you back because you have a choice in everything that you do. So we have to know sometimes God is trying to elevate by separate. That's what he's doing. Separate to elevate. And we try to hold on and grasp onto so much because we have commitment issues, because we have abandonment issues. So we try to hold on. I've got to be nice to this person so they'll continue to be my friend, even though they treat me bad, even though they say little slick comments. Right? I put somebody full on scat out my house. Because I used to have these little dinner parties for my friends. I love to cook for my friends. So I would cook and they'd come over and we just sit and talking, And first he showed up with a guest. Well, I had been calling you like I'm cooking. Now looking at my phone. Don't ever show up with an uninvited person to my fucking house. But I knew her, so it was okay. I let her in because I knew her. But I had to check him on the side about that. Don't do that. Don't ever just bring somebody to my house. And then when we were there,
let me get this straight. Wait. So he tried to change the rules of engagement day of.
Yes.
While you were cooking. So there was no way for you to be able to respond.
Yes.
And just thought it was going to be okay for him to just
show up. But that wasn't even the issue. I could have got past that because I knew the girl and I didn't have a problem with her being there. I knew her, me and her were cool. So I let that part go. But that was red flag one. Now I had on the clothes that I had on the day before because literally I had been cooking all day and I only had those clothes on for like an hour the day before. So why the fuck would I not wear them again? I don't give a shit. People can say what they want. I do not care. I do not like doing laundry. So yes, I did put them clothes back on. And he just was making some slick ass comments about it. Slick ass comments in my face, in my house. I was like, that day we ceased being friends. Because one thing I do not do is disrespect, and you're not going to talk shit about me. Little slick, you know how it's like the little slick little comments, little slick ass little comments. And he had made one or two, and that third one, you got to get the fuck out my house. And I said it just like that. You and your company get the fuck out.
So today's vocabulary word, boys and girls, is baldacity. Like the balls. Baldacity. Yes. Yes. So you think it's going to be okay for you to say what you want to say and do what you want to do in my house that I invited you over for this meal.
Yes.
And oh, by the way, this will be your last. So yes, you can get the fuck on out. Yep.
Get
Yep.
the fuck on
Yep.
out.
All of that.
Didn't even make it
So
to the
what
meal.
happened after that? Did he ever try to make it right with you?
We had another friend, mutual friend in common. Okay.
Yeah.
Now she messy. She was messy. She ain't my friend either anymore. She had still been talking to him. Now I don't give a shit who your friends are. You ain't got to talk about me. Y'all can still be friends. Just don't talk about me. I got into a car accident. She was coming over for dinner. And the massage person was leaving. She was like, "Oh, Richard said he's sorry to hear about your accident. How did he find out I was in an accident? How did he find out?" "Oh, he found it. No, he's not on my page. He's blocked." I had one requirement.
I'll wait.
Yeah, I had one requirement of you, and that was not to talk about me in y'all's conversations. Obviously, you can't do that, so you can get the fuck out too. I have a low tolerance for BS, right? So he's tried over the years, but I don't.
But why didn't he pick up the phone or come and knock on your door? Why it's got to be third person?
I don't have a desire, right? That's my thing, and I don't have a desire. It's not necessary. I've been forgiving you. I'm not mad at you. You but just do not get access back to me.
There you go.
Lost that. And we have to make that statement, live in that statement, and enforce that statement. My positivity does not allow negativity to stay in my presence. You do not continue to get access to me because I'm going to focus on me. Now, as we round out the show, we got about 8 minutes left. This is a shorter segment today. We're only doing 40 minutes today. I want to talk about implementing positive change into your everyday life, implementing these positive thinking. Okay. I think that anything you do consistently becomes a habit. So when we integrate positive thinking and positive actions, positive words on a consistent basis as a part of our daily ritual. So let's say every morning, part of your morning ritual is you state your affirmations. When my angel's number hit, when I see 1111, 444, right? Especially like if it's a time, 1111. I always have a set of affirmations that I speak, right? And there are actually affirmations for your chakras, your body energy centers. There are affirmations for each one. Like I am, I know, I think, I feel, I love, right? I try to mix it up and not just say I am, because I think people get stuck into I am as an affirmation. I love, I think, I feel, I know, right? There's so much more. I see, right? But do this every day. It becomes a habit. That habit changes your conscious mind. And that's going to have a positive outlook on your life. Things are going to start to change in your life. Giving yourself the gift of self-compassion and grace.
Yes.
We need that because that's going to allow for growth without judgment.
For sure.
And it also increases our resilience and our joy. You're not going to be perfect. You are going to mess up. Give yourself grace and give yourself self-compassion. That's how you love yourself. Beating up on yourself is not going to fix what happened. It's not going to unchange whatever went wrong. I like to try and analyze and optimize. What went wrong? How could I have done it better? What went wrong? How could I have done it better? How do I turn this into a positive? There's a positive in anything.
Yes.
Rainbow at the end of every rain shower.
Absolutely. Look for the silver lining. And then one day you'll realize you are the silver lining and that you have a choice. You don't have to be stuck where you are. You can change this. Do what you can with what you can when you can.
And focus on the things you can change. Because there are certain things that you don't have any control over. Focus on the things that are within your control. I cannot control how people treat me. I can control who gets access to me and how I respond to how they treat me.
Absolutely.
You know, you have the ability. I want everybody to create a positivity journal. So that, and you can do a journal or you can do a jar. Okay. And I call them my You Go Girl jar. You can decorate it very pretty. But what you do is you're going to document your daily wins and gratitude.
Okay.
5 things every day that you're grateful for, and up to 5 wins that you've had that day. And they don't have to be super big things. I got up and I took an extra lap when I went walking this morning. That's a win. The fact that you got up and went walking, that's a win.
Absolutely.
Right? I just sat and I smelled beautiful flowers. That's a win. Right? Write these things down in your journal and or put them in your positivity jar. Gratitude and wins. Gratitude and wins. Because those things are going to help you feel better. And consistency is going to change your outcome. But we don't get it if we don't do it. You got to be willing to do the work. And that means when challenging times come, you have to maintain your daily rituals and that positivity. And that's sometimes when it's the most important, is when you don't feel it. You're depressed, you're sad, you're angry, you're whatever, you're mad at God because of things that's happened. That's when you have to lock in even harder and be more consistent. Find more things to be grateful for. Find wins even out of every struggle that you got. Find one win. You know? Because that's going to help give you that positive outlook. That's going to help you have an abundance mindset. That's going to help you manifest the life that you want to live. Because we're done focusing on the negative. The negative is there. It's always going to happen. Process it, feel it, move on from it. Sometimes easier said than done. That's oversimplifying. There's steps within there, but generally that's what we're going to do. Feel it, process it, get past it. And build yourself a supportive community. I cannot say enough about you need yourself a Thrive tribe.
I like it.
Because these are the people you want, like-minded men and women in your circle, because iron sharpens iron. As they're thriving, that's going to inspire you to thrive. As you thrive, that's going to inspire them to thrive. And you guys uplift each other. Now, according to Forbes, networking can be empowering and is crucial to success. So sometimes it's about getting out there and being scared and doing it anyway, talking to new people. Going, saying hi, making a new friend at a networking event, at work, whatever. And it can be live, it can be virtual. You don't have to always feel like I have to be in a physical space to meet and make new friends. They've got online communities. I'm building the sister circle that's going to hopefully be a haven for people, for Black women. But they also have support groups, and you can go to workshops and different professional and personal development at your local community centers, at the local community colleges. They have different courses.
You can do meetups with like interest people. I have a crafter circle that I hang out with. Matter of fact, I believe they're going to meet today, and we take whatever projects that we're working on, like knitting, crocheting, or whatever, and you just congregate at a cute little bookstore, get you something to eat, and just be in that whole little area and just relax every part of you and turn on, tap into the group that you're in, and catch up with each other's lives and uplift and encourage and stuff. It's so many ways you can network.
And make it diverse. Don't just go into the same circles all the time. You can have different friends in different spaces, and it's okay. And friends over here don't know anything about friends over there.
Yep, okay. Totally separate.
Totally separate, right? And I like how you're saying, go to networking events, go to meetups, find some online communities of women who have shared interests.
Yep.
You like reading? Find yourself a reading group.
Yep.
Book club. Right?
Yep.
You like crafting? You like making natural soap? There's communities for that. There's a community for damn near anything you're looking for. There's a group of people who are wanting to do this with friends and make friends doing the same things. So make sure that you are building your network, building your support system, building your Thrive tribe, because that's important. And just to kind of sum up, okay, positive thinking is your ladder out of the current hell that you're living in.
Absolutely.
But you have to climb it. There's work that has to be done. And you have to meet it head on. You can't shrink from it. You can't be scared of it. You have to go head first on into that fire sometimes and just get through it. But they say buffaloes, when there's a storm, most animals go the other way, right? Away from the storm. Buffaloes, I think, are the only ones that go into the storm, because going into the storm and going through the storm, you get through it faster.
Going away from it just take you longer to get through.
Because baby, it's going to catch up with you.
It's still coming.
It's still coming. You're not going to outrun it. So head into it. But head into it fortified with tools, techniques, and a support system to help you get through that storm faster. Because they go in as a unit. It ain't one little lone buffalo. It's a unit. They're together going through it. You don't have to go through it alone. Find your Thrive tribe. But first, your first member of your Thrive tribe is yourself. It's you. You are your star player on your team. So make sure you're treating your star player appropriately. So that comes to the end of another show.
Okay.
I know. I love our little talks.
Absolutely.
So if you guys would like to be a part of the Wake Up Happy Sis family, you can head on over to the free Facebook group and join in, because we're going to have some fabulous things coming down the pipe. My burnout recovery kit is going to be launching. Probably by the time you listen, this is launched. And we're going to have a 14-day challenge so that you can prevent burnout or navigate your way through it if you're in the middle of it right now or on the brink of it. We're going to give you some tips, some tools, and part of that is positive thinking. So head on over to Facebook, look up the Wake Up Happy Sis group, and come on in the room, sis. So,
see you when you get there.
Fine. Tell the people where to find you, Sheronda.
If you have a business and you need help with your bookkeeping, please hit me at the bookkeepingforlife.com website. You can drop your contact information and I'll reach out to you so you can focus on why you started your business in the first place. And that was not to do bookkeeping, but to do your business.
That's right. All right. So we will see y'all on Monday. Make sure you have the day that you're meant to have because you have control over it. And we will see y'all later.
Have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Wake Up Happy Sis on KCCR The Brownstone. Make sure